Alrighty. I believe that we are ready to go.
Really?
Corey, where are you at?
What do you mean, where am I at? I'm right over here.
There he is.
Hello, everybody. This is Corey at the Acoustic Shop. I know I'm not your typical guy that you typically see, but I'm here. I'm live right here, right now.
You're not the typical guy that we normally see, and I'm Hinckley, and I'm here as well.
Yeah.
While in lieu of none of the Chapmans being around, we are here to, fulfill your Acoustic Shop live streaming needs.
We are,
is what I would say.
As best as I can. So we're going to be taking questions. I'll try and answer everything I can. We're going to be going through a few things like some of the Eastmans that we have that are going to be on their way here soon. I'm going to be doing an unboxing of a new guitar that I like quite a bit, or I'm assuming I'm going to like quite a bit. I haven't actually played this one yet. So stay tuned for that.
Heck yeah.
And yeah, we're going to talk about some of our favorite instruments here in the shop and kind of go through a few things. So.
Oh man, are you ready? By the way, we have a lot.
Okay,
we have a lot of comments
already.
Yeah, people telling us where they're watching from.
Cool.
John is watching right now. I see that. He's in the chat. Oh man, these people are watching from so many awesome places. We have Ontario here, North Carolina, Virginia, Kentucky, the Florida's Atlantic coast. That sounds like that would be nice.
We've got almost all the places covered.
Billings, yeah, pretty much everywhere. Let's see if we have any questions up real quick. All right. Hello from another one from Virginia. Somebody was asking, John, are you at the NAMM show yet? I don't think that John and them are there quite yet.
Yeah, so I know that the Chapmans and some of the other staff here at the store left to go to California early this morning, and they are currently en route, or they're at least probably almost there, if not there already. So they had to take like 4 flights to get there, but they should be finishing that up now. So.
Okay. Here's a question. Can you use the Tone Traveler on a nylon string instrument? I would assume so.
Yeah. So the Tone Traveler is at its basic function is just there to vibrate the top of the guitar. So it's a kind of a condensed speaker that is projecting out the notes that you choose to kind of loosen the top of the guitar to go. And kind of give it a little bit more of a played-in type of tone and feel. So if it's the kind of thing where you have a guitar that maybe you don't play all the time, or one that you're playing a little less often than another, but you always want to keep it in its most playable sound at its best optimal tone, I think that's where the Tone Traveler comes in to kind of fill that gap, to where you don't feel like you have to then play it a whole bunch to really keep it at its most at its best sounding. So
for those that don't know, could you use a nylon string instrument on it?
Yeah,
would it work all
absolutely.
The same? Okay.
Yeah, it absolutely would work the same. I mean, it's still going to vibrate the top at those frequencies that you set it to, so it's going to help open that up.
Sweet. Do you want to move over to the Gallagher? So we had a request from good buddy Chris on Instagram. If you guys are not following us on Instagram, you really should. You get a bunch of sneak peeks. I mean, the gang, they're at NAMM right now, and they're going to be showing a bunch of sneak peeks.
Yeah.
But this was a specific request for today's stream.
So I believe the request was to show off a couple of the Gallaghers that we have in here. Do you remember exactly which ones they were talking about?
Yes, the G70.
Okay.
That's the first one.
So this is one of my favorites in the store. One of my favorite Gallaghers in the store right now. This is the G70. This is a fairly bare bones overall guitar, but actually a really, really great sounding one. You have Adirondack spruce on the top, and then East Indian rosewood on the back, so kind of your classic D28 type of style guitar. They sound fantastic. These are made in Murfreesboro, just south of Nashville. And Gallagher is an iconic brand. They've been around forever. Of course, their claim to their different style is going to be the pickguard and kind of the Elvis haircut type of headstock, or at least that's what we call it here in the shop. I'm not sure if they
I think that's the technical term, Corey.
The technical term?
Yeah, I think it is. Watch the mic from hitting the guitar. Like,
Yeah.
I've been hitting it a little bit.
great sounding guitar. They all are. Gallagher's continue to really impress me by their overall build quality, the way they feel to play. Everything about these guitars is just everything a flat picker would want, really. This one, and then we have the Josh Wrinkle signature guitar,
yes,
which the Tone Traveler is on right now. So that
Chris was also asking specifically about the OM style, the 50.
Yeah, this guy?
Yeah.
So this is a really special one that we had in, that we got in not super long ago. This one is the yellow cedar top, which is kind of a warmer sounding overall top, coupled with this beautiful set of walnut on the back here, back and sides walnut. This is going to be a typical OM, and they did a kind of a clear pick guard style on this one, and this one sounds really nice as well. That sounds really good. This is more of like a bright shimmery type of guitar than the G70 is. Several things attributing to that, I would say, being, of course, it is a little bit of a smaller body, but the walnut really brings out that kind of bright shimmer and that really nice, really great action, playability, and feel. And the yellow cedar top, I think, really kind of adds a little bit of warmth to that walnut. Yeah, it's a super great guitar. This is one I've always loved.
All right, I'm reading off another question. A question for you.
Yeah.
Can you recommend a left-handed guitar under 400? Have any idea? I'm pretty sure, does Eastman make a PCH left-handed?
I'd have to check on that. I'm sure John knows that.
And John is in the comments. John, answer that.
I don't know offhand if we've had many PCH left-handed guitars in. Those would be the price points of that specific item. I know that they make the E1 OM or the Dreadnought, the E1D, which are right around $579 for a new one. Those come in, just under $600, and they do come in as a left-handed option.
I do know that for sure. Not too sure about any other options. Okay, so real quick, can we go and read the Eastman list, the invoice list? So these are all things that are coming in. Specifically, we had somebody asking if we have a 515, an MD 515 coming in that's not a classic.
Well, I'm going to go through the list of the things that we do have coming in here. So we have an E10P coming in, which is the Adirondack Spruce, Parlor, and Mahogany. E2000s, we're getting more of the 12-string jumbos in from Eastman.
Nice.
We are getting in a E20D Madagascar Rosewood in, a standard Madagascar Rosewood E20D. Been a little while since we've seen those, so those are going to be great.
It has been a little while, and I can hear John talking in my head right now that he would want you guys to know that that is a run that is coming to an end. I do know that for sure. The Madagascar is about to be donezo with Eastman, so this is the time. If you've always been looking for it, a couple dreads coming in.
Yep, we're getting a couple of the 505 Blacktop Limited with the Adirondack Spruce tops coming in.
Nice.
Those have been really popular and in high demand. I think that those should be available as soon as they come in, and they're excellent mandolins. 322, 522. We're getting a Sunburst E10D coming in.
Nice.
E10SS TC. And yeah, we're getting some of the E1D specials, E2D Blacktop, and most importantly, we're getting an E4000 in. That is a version of the E40 that we have not seen very often. It's been a little while since we've gotten the E40, or really any of the E40 versions at all, but the E4000s in particular, it's been quite some time. They've been a limited batch.
I want to say real quick, is that one a Sunburst? I feel like I heard John say that.
It just says
Is it
E4000.
Okay.
That may be one of the models that they do where they don't denote that it's a Sunburst, but it could be.
So this order isn't really heavy on mandolins, is it?
Not as heavy on mandolins. We're having some of those 505 blacktop limiteds coming in, and maybe a couple of other mandolin options, but mostly a little heavier on the guitars this time. But yeah, they're going to be great.
Jeremy Chapman, I think this is a newer viewer. Jeremy Chapman is asking, I have a question for you, Corey. Who's your favorite Chapman?
My favorite Chapman, it's so hard to choose. How could I ever choose? They all represent individual parts of the store that,
really?
Yeah, you're putting me on the spot, Jeremy. I couldn't say, so.
Somebody said Jeremy, obviously. Somebody said, Corey, don't answer. That's a trap.
It is a trap.
Okay.
Yeah.
So from here, do you want to check out the new Boucher that we got in? We got in this Boucher on Friday, so we have not done anything with it yet.
So this is our newest addition to the Boucher line here in our store anyway. We have seen these before, but for those of you who are familiar with Boucher guitars, they are probably some of the nicest, most beautiful instruments that we get in. And they're always a shop favorite for any of the employees here. So this is going to be the BG52 GM. So the 52 means that this is going to be East Indian rosewood back and sides. And this is the thermo-cured Adirondack spruce top with koa binding around the sides here. I absolutely love it. I love koa binding on guitars. Every time we order Bedell's or Boucher or anything like that, we love to add that as an option. These are going to have the Godot tuners on them, the nickel-plated Godot tuners, abalone rosette, and they sound amazing.
It's quite literally like everything that you would want if you're looking for this Boucher sound, and Boucher is doing some incredible things.
Yeah, this guitar sounds amazing. There's something about Boucher guitars that they kind of cut like butter, you know, and what I mean by that is...
I feel like I get what you're saying.
What I mean by that is it's got like the silky, smooth, like super projecting, but sometimes with guitars that do kind of have that buttery type of sound, they don't cut, and this guitar cuts. It is a banjo killer. Yeah, so really glad to see another one of these come in the shop. Consistently, these are some of our favorite guitars that come in the store, and I love this one.
Lots of love in the comments for the Boucher. We're also getting a question that I can answer real quick. Somebody's asking when specifically we'll be going live from NAMM. We will have a post dropping very, very soon of all the times that we will be going live at the NAMM show. Specifically, tomorrow's is Martin. And I believe that will be posted in the morning. So yeah, yeah, so they're gonna have. It will be released soon.
They're gonna have a full schedule of stuff going on there, but we're not there right now. We're here live now here at the Acoustic Shop.
That's great. Jeremy Chapman said hashtag deep fried butter.
Deep fried butter.
Thank you, Jeremy.
There was a band in Springfield called Deep Fried Squirrel.
Is that true? That's wild.
So this guitar is amazing. I mean, what else could we expect from Boucher? Nothing less. The most consistent, like, fantastic boutique guitars that we get in typically. We still have the BG152 with the special Madagascar rosewood on the back. That guitar is amazing as well. Madagascar kind of tightens up the low end a little bit and kind of makes it almost more percussive. This guitar sounds fantastic, though.
Yeah.
So this is our newest addition to the Boucher guitars that we have in store right now, and I love it.
I got to point out also, that one is not claimed. This is not a claimed guitar yet, and it can be yours if you've been looking for a Boucher.
It could be yours.
BG52 GM.
Could be yours. It could be mine. Who knows?
It could be Corey's, yeah.
Yeah.
Buy it before Corey does.
Buy all of these before I do.
All of these before Corey does.
I'm a moment away from buying up several guitars that we have in here. Speaking of, I did want to highlight one of my favorite guitars in the store real quick. Man. I don't know if this was requested or not, but it's crazy to me that this guitar is still here for a couple of different reasons. But I want to show off the Yamaha FG9 Mahogany, or M for mahogany. This is one of the best sounding mahogany guitars I have ever played, in the shop or otherwise. These are pretty fantastic for a multitude of reasons. I really like the understated kind of, especially for those of you who have owned Yamaha guitars in the past or are familiar with their Red Label line, some of these different models that they've made over the years. They kind of took everything in and took all of that feedback and tried to create their finest endeavor at a great Adirondack spruce style dreadnought. And boy, do I think they knocked it out of the park. There are several reasons why I love this guitar. And I'll talk about the tone last. But the thing I love most about this guitar is that they kept with the Yamaha aesthetic, but they just kind of ironed out some edges to make it a little bit more boutique in the American market in some ways, I think. So they have the traditional Yamaha pickguard, but a very classy Yamaha pickguard. They have the inlaid rope binding that goes around the exterior here of the top. They also do the FG marking on the back here of the heel, which I think is really nice. And they even use the type of, I believe it's like a socky type of paper. I forget the exact name of it. But,
washi paper.
Washi?
Yes.
Washi paper.
I believe that's correct.
That I think is just super understated and really, really nice. They even kind of have the blacked out kind of chrome tuners here, which I think looks awesome in conjunction with the headstock. They, of course, still have the traditional Yamaha headstock. If I can get my pick here.
And this was a release technically from NAMM last year, so it's exciting to see what they'll bring this year.
This guitar sounds so good. The action is perfect on it. I love these little wood purfling Japanese style inlays for the fret markers.
Somebody said that in the comments too.
It's so great. It's kind of nodding at these Japanese artists and these things that they've done. But it's still understated, which I think is really cool. So I'll play it a little bit and see what you think of it. That's all I got.
You got it.
Billy in the low ground.
Very nice.
So this guitar is amazing. We sold the rosewood one that we had in pretty quickly, and I like the rosewood a lot, but for those of you out there who are looking for the next great mahogany guitar, modern style mahogany guitar, if you've owned a Red Label or one of their FG guitars in the past, this guitar is a monster and is everything I would want out of a mahogany guitar.
So also to answer a question real quick, it was while we were talking about the Boucher, somebody was asking if it's more of a D18 or D28 style, and it would be more of the D28, correct? Because it has rosewood.
Yeah.
Just answering that one real quick.
And also the G70 from Gallagher, very much in that same vein.
Yeah.
You kind of have your D28 style Indian rosewood back and sides. The difference on those two, though, is that a standard D28 in 2024 is going to come with a Sitka spruce top. And these guitars are actually coming with an Adirondack spruce top. So that's going to be a lot more like your kind of pre-war style D28 even.
Yeah. So Jackson is in the comments and says that Atkin OM looks like it sounds good.
Yeah, you want me to play it, Jackson?
Tell him to come play it.
Which one? Probably this guy.
About the one right behind you, yeah.
Yeah, this guitar, well, really all of these Atkin guitars that we have in right now, they're all aged in varying ways. We have, of course, their kind of more traditional sunburst OM style with rosewood, Indian rosewood on the back and sides. We have this guy, which is very much kind of in that Gibson LG series. You can see that this one looks like it has been gnawed on by a couple of rabid dogs. While that could have been happening at Atkin when he was making this guitar, I bet he probably did it by hand. This is going to be maple and spruce, I believe, on this guy. Very much in that kind of LG Gibson type of style. Of course, we have the J43, one of my personal favorites. For those who are looking for a monster of a slope shoulder option, it would definitely be one of these guys. And then the infamous White Rice, heavily aged. These are really, really sought after and absolutely fantastic sounding guitars. Probably consistently the loudest guitar, the biggest cannon of a guitar that we get in are the White Rices.
Heck yeah. Somebody was asking if you could play the Madagascar Boucher, the 152.
Absolutely. This guitar is incredible. So this is the Special Reserve Madagascar Rosewood that Robin picked out for us on the back and sides here. This is an excellent back. And then, of course, we have torrefied Adirondack spruce, which is what I would love on all of these guitars. So. Yeah, there's something super special about Madagascar Rosewood. It kind of lines up in that same way to Brazilian in its tonal properties. I think that it rounds out the low end, gives it more of a percussive quality, and I don't know, it seems to be a little extra magic in Madagascar Rosewood. And while that is subjective, that's how I feel anyway.
Nice. Are you ready for another request?
Absolutely.
So, Alexei is asking, do you have a favorite small body guitar in the shop right now?
Favorite small body guitar? I do. I have a couple, but I'll pick out the one that I do think is super special here. Favorite small body in the store would be this incredible Bedell Fireside Parlor. This is Adirondack spruce and a really dark set of Brazilian rosewood back and sides. This guitar can handle anything that you throw at it, whether it be flat picking, or if you were to do fingerstyle stuff, which I'm not nearly as good at, but I can try to represent some of that. But the notes just jump out of this guitar with a light touch or with a strong touch. Yeah, it's just incredible. It even has this little French curve to the frets down here, which is an ornate design, which I think is really, really beautiful. So let's play a little bit of fingerstyle on this. It's just such a nice playing experience. These Bedels are just absolutely amazing in every way. I have to kind of resituate my right arm a little bit so I'm not playing directly over the sound hole because I'm used to playing a dreadnought. But hopefully you guys can hear how amazing this sounds. Just an absolute, just a beast of a guitar. So yeah, this would probably be my favorite small body that we have in the store right now.
Very, very nice. We got a quick question.
Yeah.
Price on the white rice? Do you know the price on that one? Or
so I'll have to take a look at it here, but we have it priced at $53.99.
All right.
So $53.99 for the aged white rice up here. If you guys want to hear it, let me know. But it is an absolutely fantastic guitar. Definitely one of the loudest guitars that we've had in the store. Were
you wanting to highlight a banjo or no?
I can try. I'm not a great banjo player, guys. I'll do the best that I can.
You were mentioning it before the stream, so I will
highlight a banjo.
Okay.
So one of my favorite banjo series that we get in, and probably one of the most popular, is going to be the Recording King, the RK Elite 76. This is going to be one of the types of banjos that I would say is going to be most comparable to a modern import style Gibson banjo, and one of my favorites. So I'm gonna do my very best to do an interpretation of a banjo player.
After this, they did say that they would love to hear the white rice.
Okay, we're just doing a carousel.
After you do
doing them all.
Why not?
God, what pick did Tyler give me?
Somebody said that you're doing a great job, Corey. They should let you do this more often. We absolutely will.
That's my impression of a banjo player, always tuning, so. Dang it. Hold on. I got this.
You got it.
Okay, that's all I got. I love these. Tyler handed me probably my least favorite pick to use on the thumb, so I was thrown off.
Blame it on
Thanks,
that.
Tyler.
You want to blame me? That's fine.
No,
Blame
I'm
it on
kidding.
that.
I'm just kidding. Okay, there's the RK76.
And somebody would love to hear the white rice.
Yeah.
Jeremy says very important question, and it does. It will affect your friendship if you answer it incorrectly.
Okay.
He says toilet paper roll. Do you put the end over the front or the back?
So, okay, so I have thought about this. Whatever way pulls the frontward, first of all, because that doesn't make any sense. So front pulling down, yes, that's the only way to do it. If there's another way to do it, then you're
Somebody
crazy.
said like a waterfall.
All right, I can play this this instrument a little better than the last one.
Okay.
All right, so if you guys haven't or are not familiar with Atkin, I'm sure that there's probably a decent amount of people on here who are familiar with them. These are made in the UK, just outside of London, I believe, by a man named Alistair Atkin, who really specializes in making these kind of vintage pre-war style instruments in a new guitar. So this is very much modeled after the large sound hole dreadnought that Tony Rice and Clarence White both played. So this is Sitka spruce on the top, torrefied, and then East Indian rosewood, all bound fretboard, and it is a monster. So. Yeah, just a huge guitar in every way. And the relicing on this, I think, looks awesome and fantastic. We have levels to this. This would be kind of a more light relicing, whereas our black top one over here would be maybe drug behind a car type of relicing. But relicing or not, this is an amazing sounding, kind of vintage, dry, raspy type of Martin type of tone. You ever seen people do this?
That's fun.
It's natural reverb or chorus or whatever.
Whammy bar. Okay, well, Jeremy's got everybody worked up in the comments, commenting their preference of toilet paper direction. I love it.
There's really only one right answer, which is forward facing and down, and then fold.
Okay, I gotta point out, even though Jeremy is not here, he is still taking over this takeover Tuesday.
Yeah.
Classic Jeremy.
Yeah, can't have anything nice.
All right, I do think that we are wrapping up though, guys. We've
nice.
had a nice little streamy stream. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you heard anything on that Eastman list or anything that we have coming in, just a couple of other things, by the way, that are on the top of my head. We do have some bourgeois touchstones on the way.
Yep.
2 more Adkins.
2 country boys.
Yes, 2 more Adkins, an Essential D, and a 00037 are going to be in very soon, I believe.
Yeah,
Monday,
we're looking forward to, one of them is going to be a really special one that we've never had in the store before. So
nice. And yeah, I think that's all I have on my head. Eastman should be arriving pretty soon. If you want something before anybody else buys it, you should call us. That's what I have.
Call us, 417-720-1223.
Yep.
Me and Tyler are always here. We are always willing to help. And if you guys have any questions, we try to do our best to get you the right guitar and the right mandolin, banjo, whatever for you.
I feel like this is a good question also real quick. Kyle is asking, I currently have a BG52 GM, and he has the opportunity to trade in towards a BG152. Do you think it's worth the upgrade from the Madagascar Rosewood?
So it depends, right?
I think that's an interesting question.
Yeah, it is an interesting question. The differences between those two woods are going to be subtle but there are differences. You do get a little bit more of a rounded low end. You still get that classic rosewood type of feel and tone and sound, and it's going to feel the same. Everything about that guitar is going to be very similar, but there will be some nuances to the East Indian rosewood, for instance, has a little bit more of like a bell-like low to it that has a lot of overtones. Madagascar rosewood cuts back a little bit on the overtones, and this is all subjective. This is my opinion, I guess. Cuts back a little bit on the overtones, a little bit more of a percussive low end. So.
Okay, and then I was just thinking to add to that the Madagascar rosewood that we have in as a Grand Reserve. So I mean,
it is, yeah.
You could also argue that it's kind of worth it to get something that's extremely special.
It's a very special. It's a very special guitar. Similar appointments overall. It still has the Koa binding, abalone rosette, and some of those things. But this is a very special set of Madagascar rosewood on the back of this particular guitar.
So that can also, I mean, that's pretty influencing, you know.
Absolutely.
You gotta also consider that. All right, somebody said I didn't hear any funny jokes. They want you to be funny like Jeremy. Let's see.
I'm doing my best.
No, he's doing great. Everybody said this is great. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that we are good. Yeah.
Cool.
I think this is it, guys. Thank you, guys.
Thanks for joining me on this this little escapade here through our shop. On checking out some of my favorite instruments, some of the cool stuff we have coming in, and just stay tuned to the channel. I know that the Chapmans are going to be doing some cool stuff out in NAMM. I'm sure they're telling you all in the comments what they're going to be doing. And
yeah, full schedules will be coming out.
Yeah.
Jeremy also said, mainly I'm trying to uncover who's been putting the rolls in the wrong way at the shop.
Well, it hasn't been me, Jeremy. I can tell you that much.
I'll speak up. I don't think that it matters, and I don't think that I'm consciously putting in a toilet paper roll either direction. So
I'm very conscious
could be me.
about it.
Really?
I take this seriously.
Really?
Yeah.
Great. Okay. There was something else that I wanted to say. Okay, yeah, we're going to be going live tomorrow, by the way, guys. We should be going live here at the shop tomorrow. We are going to be doing a shop talk, or I believe something very special with Liz. So this is bye-bye for now from Corey, unless you call us.
Bye for now. So long.
Give Corey a call. Bye-bye, guys. Thank you for joining us. Wee.